Tonight, we're on the front lines of sweeping immigration changes.
You're right there, you can see the beginning of the border wall between the U.S. and Mexico.
Alongside law enforcement.
The kids that were trying to go to school, their parents got booked up right there.
And on the ground.
This is a vehicle that they believe was stolen, and the person inside was trying to take it into Mexico.
Inside communities.
Immigration is broken in the United States, and it does need to get fixed.
Our reporters all across the country for a week, documenting the impact and stakes in real time.
Yo vengo para darles un futuro a mis hijos.
This special edition of Nightline, Immigration Crackdown, 7 days on the front lines. We'll be right back.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Tonight, we're on the ground across the country. For 7 days, reporters fanning out on the front lines of sweeping immigration changes. Those changes, a campaign promise by President Trump to overhaul the immigration system. Our team's documenting in real time the impact and stakes for so many.
Enforcement, confusion, and resistance.
Their parents got booked up right there.
Colliding in communities all across the country.
Are immigrants criminals? People united will never be defeated.
We have to call for the masses to come out and swarm if there's an operation like that.
We're putting our lives in danger.
Hands up! Hands up!
Confrontations, raids, and arrests.
Republicans and Democrats have kicked the can down the road when it came to immigration.
But now President Trump testing the limits of his power, working to deliver on campaign promises to crack down on immigration, issuing orders at breakneck speed in just his first few weeks back in office.
We have the strongest border we've had in many years since my term.
Some of those executive orders more successful than others, from birthright citizenship to refugee status. Deportations are ramping up even as border crossings are down. The administration going so far as to use Guantanamo Bay to house the influx of arrested migrants.
They're doing an unbelievable job and taking out massive numbers of people.
The president's quick actions applauded by many. A recent poll found more than 80% of Americans support deporting undocumented migrants who've been convicted of a crime. But they oppose sending back people who are not criminals. To get a better view of this consequential time, ABC News deployed correspondents all over the nation to find out, what does a week in America look like from the front lines?
How do you think this is happening?
7 days inside communities and alongside law enforcement.
Hey guys, how are you?
What happens next will become a new chapter in American history. We start 1 week ago in Denver as these ICE raids begin. This video from the DEA showing agents and ICE authorities starting work in the early morning hours. Our Mola Langi was on the ground as the operations were underway.
Well, federal authorities, including ICE, DEA, and FBI agents, knocking on doors throughout this Denver apartment building, also stopping cars going in and out, taking multiple people into custody this morning. This is just one of multiple immigration enforcement operations happening throughout the Denver area today.
Law enforcement had said publicly that they were targeting the most dangerous, undocumented individuals. At this complex, authorities said they had 2 separate warrants for 2 separate residences. But people we spoke with say agents went door to door, questioning residents at every single unit. More than 100 in total, demanding ID and asking if drugs were inside, like in this Ring camera footage.
Any drugs in the house? Can we come in and check? No? Speak English? Okay.
They've been here since 6 a.m. in the morning over here trying to book everybody up. There's people trying to take kids to school, and then the kids that were trying to go to school, their parents got booked up right there.
At the same time, down along the southern border, an underlying tension in the communities surrounding our ports of entry, especially in Texas. These ports are the economic lifeblood of their regions, both by water and by land, but also where Border Patrol is focused on stopping the flow of both migrants and illegal drugs. Maria Villarreal is there.
So it's about 3:15, and we are at another port of entry here in the Rio Grande Valley sector. Right behind me, you're going to see this is a vehicle that they believe was stolen, and the person inside was trying to take it into Mexico.
¿Dónde eres, mano? ¿Dónde vives? Matamoros, ¿qué andas por acá?
This man here in handcuffs is a U.S. citizen suspected of trying to ram his way through barriers. He was busted by Mexican authorities moments later, the two border teams congratulating each other on a job well done.
We've already verified that the vehicle is stolen, and he is a U.S. citizen. We have documents, so now we're going to take him inside. We're going to look at his rap sheet, if he's got one. We'll fingerprint him, making sure into our databases that there's no warrants or anything of that nature, and then we'll take it from there.
Beyond stopping potential criminals, this port alone scans more than 700,000 trucks of cargo every year, worth more than $50 billion. Customs agents took us inside the warehouse, where they inspect all that cargo, stacks of vacuums, car parts, and produce, looking for illegal shipments or drugs.
Just last night we had a shipment of jalapenos and cucumbers here at the port of entry. But it's over 2,000 pounds of methamphetamine and heroin.
Cutting off all illegal crossings is popular with most Americans, but other groups caution on how to enforce the law. In California, it's estimated that roughly half of all farm workers are undocumented immigrants. Arcana Whitworth checked in with dairy farmers there.
I'm at a dairy farm in Tulare County, California, where many of the farmers rely heavily on migrant labor, and they would like to see a pathway to keep them here in this country legally, because in many cases, they're more than employees for these people. They consider them family.
We have encouraged them to apply for green cards and go through the process, but it's a very slow process. It's expensive too.
Are you worried about ICE coming in and taking some of your workers?
Not too worried, but yeah, I'm a Trump supporter. I'll say that. So, yeah. But I would hope not. They've been good people. They're often married. They have children. They're paying their taxes. They're doing the work every day.
By Thursday, the battle over immigration is raging in federal and state courtrooms. The Trump administration filed suit against the city of Chicago and state of Illinois, accusing them of obstructing federal immigration policy, something Illinois denies.
Look, sanctuary cities are sanctuary for criminals.
Alex Perez is there as residents say they're feeling the impact of Trump's new executive orders.
We're here on Chicago's north side near a busy shopping area where a lot of migrant workers gather on a daily basis to look for work. We're going to go talk to some of them.
This man from Colombia has been in the U.S. for a year and a half. He told us he has a family to support, so he comes here to get whatever work is available. Cleaning, debris removal, anything that pays.
¿Y qué difícil es conseguir trabajo? How hard is it to find work when you come here every day?
A veces la zozobra de las personas que miran a uno mal, como si uno fuera una persona, un delincuente.
He tells us he worries every day that he will be deported.
What's happening? Why are people not coming out?
People are scared of the migra, as we say in Spanish, Latinos.
Which means the immigration
The immigration ordinance. They're scared they're going to be picked up.
Restaurant owner Laura Gutierrez says, undocumented or not, fear in this community is widespread and keeping her restaurant empty.
You know what? I pray for President Trump to have some compassion on working people.
This morning we're going to be going after Jose, Napoleon, Serrano, Honduran male.
On Friday, our local affiliate in Charlotte, North Carolina, embedded with ICE as agents went on a stakeout.
We're putting our lives in danger, obviously the alien's life and the people in the community.
Authorities here say they're making arrests daily of undocumented criminals. Friday's target, a Honduran citizen who officials say had been deported twice before and recently arrested for assault with a deadly weapon. After a car chase.
He's up in here in a power line somewhere.
And a run through the woods.
That is our target.
Agents got him.
Anything you want to say?
Protests have become a staple across the country since the raids began.
What's the message here tonight?
We're not going anywhere.
We're here. You can't scare us. We know our rights. We're not going anywhere.
From towns like Homestead, Florida, a community surrounded by farmland, to big city suburbs. Over the weekend, hundreds took to the streets in New Jersey, an immigrant-rich community outside New York City. Stephanie Ramos went to check it out.
We've seen organizers hand out pamphlets to immigrants so that they know their rights if they're approached by ICE, all of them calling for protections of immigrants statewide.
This is for mixed status families, but anybody who needs these resources to know their rights.
I think there's politicians that want to feed people's anger about their individual situations. And so they want to raise up someone that everybody can hate.
As a new week gets ready to dawn, in Washington, immigration lawyers are working overtime on the years-long historic backlog of cases. Some groups are already suing the Trump administration after being told to stop providing legal aid to migrants.
I'm at AMICA, the Center for Immigration Rights. I'm going to meet with its executive director, Michael Lukens. They are busy dealing with all of the fallout from Trump's executive orders. We're going to see what's going on.
There's like 3.7 million cases in the immigration court backlog. And if you take away basic due process, that just gets worse and worse.
Because the courts will have to go through the work that you are doing.
And absolutely.
Ramses Frias is a son of Queens, born and raised in the neighborhood of Elmhurst, an area with one of the highest concentrations of immigrants in New York City.
Immigration is broken in the United States, and it does need to get fixed.
But lately, he says, his beloved community has been hard hit by the influx of undocumented migrants.
It's a lot of lawlessness. A lot of our elders were afraid to go outside. We've had illegal vendors that took over blocks that you can barely walk through, and these blocks pertain to where there's doctors' offices for our elders, you know, and their pharmacies.
Ramses is now running for city council. He welcomes a raids, but feels sorry for undocumented migrants without criminal records who get caught up in the mix.
My message to them is, you know, seek as much help as possible, protect yourselves, you know the laws, keep yourself educated, and live your life.
Back on the ground in Chicago, Alex Perez caught up with Kata Truss, a community advocate who feels similarly. She sympathizes with immigrant groups, but says too many resources are going to them instead of other Chicago communities.
How can we forget about our people, our veterans who have served this country, who are homeless, but there's no money available for them because we used it up for the migrants?
There are some in the community who believe or argue that you're pitting minority against minority, fighting for the same resources. When you hear that, what's your response?
It's true. It's true. We are all fighting for the same resources. And that's what happens when there's not enough resources. When there are not enough resources, or when you're diverting resources from one place to another and taking from people who are already suffering, already blighted, already don't have, to give to someone else, you're gonna have discourse.
At the border in California, security is beefing up. If migrants decide not to brave the wall or an official port of entry, it's up to the Coast Guard to stop them from going by water. Our Matt Gutman was on board with them during a training run Tuesday.
This is Coast Guard Station San Diego. It's about 11 o'clock Tuesday morning. And the two boats you see here are part of a tactical team that this morning is going to do a mock interdiction. That far boat is the chase boat. This is the pursuit boat. Welcome aboard.
By sea and by air.
There's still a lot of water, and it can be very difficult to identify vessels.
The Coast Guard is putting its teams through their paces. That means playing out scenarios like this one. How to handle a high-speed boat chase if they were running down smugglers.
This is one of the fastest boats that the Coast Guard has. It goes 40 to 45 knots, and you can feel the power of this thing.
Over the last several weeks, the U.S. Coast Guard has found dozens of migrants in small vessels sailing across international waters.
Hands up! Hands up!
And with other parts of the border sealed off, the Coast Guard expects a so-called balloon effect, with more migrants attempting the dangerous crossing by sea.
We'll be right back.
Day 7 on the front lines brings us to New York, a city so often in the headlines about immigration. As enforcement efforts heat up, fear continues to ripple through immigrant communities.
They're fearful that ICE will walk into these shelters and just grab them. But I'm like, that's not how it works. There's a process, there's a system. It doesn't matter who's at the White House, you have laws.
Adama Ba is the founder of Africana, a grassroots organization in Harlem that supports asylum seekers, the majority Black, Arab, and Muslim recent arrivals.
If you want them to move out of the shelter system and you want them to get their status, you have to help them receive just their mail. This is how you become independent in this country.
We're on our way to meet with a woman we've been following for close to a year. She and her husband brought their children to the U.S. from Ecuador in search of asylum. And now that the raids have started, their world has changed. This 34-year-old mother, who we're going to call Anna, has applied for asylum. We first met her after she and her family of 4 crossed the border in Texas. At the time, almost a year ago to the day, they felt safe allowing our cameras to document their new life in America.
In this environment of the raids and new administration in Washington, have you felt the gaze shift in everyday life, a different spirit in New York now?
En varias ocasiones sí se ve la diferencia, sí te miran fijamente y te hacen sentir como un intruso y sí da un poquito de temor salir.
Her path to America was through the treacherous Darien Gap, a harrowing 2-month-long journey that took the family through 7 countries. Her final destination, New York's Penn Station. At 8 months pregnant with her 3rd child, Anna stood out. Within an hour, she and her family were ushered to public services from the city. And then a little over 2 weeks later, we met up with Anna after she gave birth to her son,
Hola.
a U.S. citizen. Now that baby is a happy 11-month-old. The family's still relying on social services, while Anna and her husband continue to wait for their work papers.
If you could talk to President Trump in this moment, what might you say to him?
Yo sé que él se dirige a los criminales, a todos nosotros que hemos entrado por la frontera, pero no debe de señalarlos a todos en el mismo saco, porque nosotros aquí no venimos a robar, no, nosotros venimos a obedecer las reglas. Yo vengo para darles un futuro a mis hijos.
Anna is ready to put her stake in the American dream. But with the speed of President Trump's actions on immigration, she is hoping, praying, it's not too late.
We'll continue covering the changing landscape of immigration in this country. And there's much more on all our platforms and on ABC News Live. That's Nightline for this evening. Thanks for the company, America. Good night.